Chad Sweet with Reno Little Theater, and you're about to watch the third installment of my video on technical theater and stage management. This is the stage management part. This video was originally recorded for OLLI, the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. We did a Zoom presentation with them a few weeks ago, and they're allowing us to rebroadcast this video. This particular section is specifically about stage management, just a general overview of what stage managers do in our process a little bit, and processes in general. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Take care.
And then the question is, who's responsible to make every production run smoothly from the first rehearsal to the last performance? The stage management team. These are some of our stage managers. We used to have a softball and kickball team. You can see those guys up there in our blue uniforms. And so that's kind of what our tech setup looks like, although our booth is different now. We had to remodel our booth. The stage manager is both, this is the hardest job in theater by far, just so you know, is both in charge of everything and everyone and subordinate to everyone. They must be the most dependable person and the most flexible person in the room. Good luck doing that. Should be prepared for any emergency, yet they, oh, I can't see all of what that says, yet they act some way with, at all times. They must be flexible. All things. Should assume nothing, yet anticipate everything. It's a tough job. It really is. So the tools of the trade of a stage manager are hoping to make a stage manager the best that they can be. We have an SM kit that can have a bunch of different tapes in it, Band-Aids, ice packs, measuring tape, Post-it notes, flashlight, pencils, glue, scissors, hair bands, and things like that. You name it, it's got to be in a stage manager's kit because you never know what's going to happen. Stage manager is responsible for creating rehearsal reports as well as show reports. And those, as I said earlier, those include all of the information that needs to get communicated to the different production departments as well as administration. They also have incident reports just in case somebody gets hurt. It doesn't happen very often, luckily. We try and keep things as safe as possible, but it happens sometimes. They also have a rehearsal script, which might have blocking in it, also called a prompt book, blocking notes about things in particular. In rehearsal, this was this gal, Victoria, used to be a stage manager of ours, is now our operations manager, Victoria Blanford. She's in charge of operations of the building in many aspects, as well as operations of our box office. So in rehearsal, our stage managers do the rehearsal reports. They take all words uttered by the director and records them. And you never know what the director is going to say and sort of half jokingly mean, and then a few weeks later go, hey, wait, didn't I say I wanted this sink to be blue? And if the stage manager didn't write it down, put it in the rehearsal report, nobody knows that. They write in all blocking, and blocking changes all the time. So it's a lot of writing in, erasing, the next rehearsal, erasing, writing in new blocking. Oh, there it is, erases blocking. And then writes in the blocking again. And then they also have to herd the cats. I love actors. I've been an actor for a long time. But they are and should be in the rehearsal process as well as in the show process, very selfish people. They are thinking about what they are doing, not necessarily about what everybody else has to do. So we got to herd those cats. They have to keep time. We run, there's a Actors Equity, which is the union for actors. We are not an equity house. We don't run by equity rules. We generally don't hire equity actors, but we try to run all of our systems according to equity rules So that includes you have to have breaks at particular times. You have to communicate certain information in particular times. The stage manager is also the hub of all communication. So everything goes through the stage manager, and then the stage manager has to figure out who's the best person to communicate this information to or ask this question from. During Tech Week, which is just crazy for stage managers, they literally have to learn every aspect of the tech. They get like a week to learn this stuff. And they don't have to perform all of it, but they have to understand it in a particular way so that they know when something has gone wrong and how to figure out how to make it right. They will, in a matter of a day or two, make a show Bible. So that show Bible has all of the lighting, sound, and media cues in it. And it has to be that show Bible has to be descriptive enough and easy enough to understand that if something happens to that stage manager and they can't make a show, that somebody, such as myself, would be able to go in and sit in the booth and understand what's going on in that script, be able to call those cues. They learn all of those cues. Here's an example of a show Bible here. For us, any particular sort of stage straight play, a play without music, might have anywhere between 30 and 100 cues in it, between lighting and sound cues. A musical has multitudes more. The most light cues I've ever designed were for Peter and the Starcatcher, and that had 500 light cues, just light cues, not even sound cues. So that's a fair amount. That's a lot of button pushing. So in this show Bible, we've got our light cues. You can see LX. You can see the little line underneath. This is where it's supposed to happen in the script, and it says LXQ10 go. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on there. They've got little notes here, standby LXQs 10 through 14. If our stage managers were actually calling the cues to different board ops for lighting and sound, they would tell them when a cue was getting close. And so that's a standby lighting cues 10 through 14 and sound cues, whatever. So they say that so that the light board op and the soundboard op know what's coming up. Then we get into running a show. So they're calling to the ops, or they're operating themselves. They're making sure that actors are there and that they're safe and ready to go on stage. They are mothering. It happens. They have to be mothers sometimes. They're doing the show reports, making sure that we all know if anything has gone wrong, if things need to be fixed on the set, or with a prop or a costume has to be fixed. That has to get communicated. They do some of the show upkeep. So there might be things they have to sweep and mop the stage every night. They have to make sure props get reset or cleaned if they've got food or liquid in them. They have to make sure costumes aren't left around. They also have to make sure that the actors are continuing to give the performance that the director has come to expect of them, that they directed them to do. So, shows change over time and actors find different things to do. And there's a certain amount of flexibility within a show. But there is a limit to that for sure. And we love our SMs. You can see a few of them here. This is a shot from Steel Magnolias we did a couple of years ago. The folks in black, except for Sandy, who's got that the cover over her, that black cover. So we've got Hannah on the left and Jesse on the left. And then up in the way upper right, you just see her head. That's Sammy. We had 3 stage managers on that show, and they were fantastic and lovely and wonderful. And folks, that is my presentation on techno theater and stage management, a view from backstage.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thanks for joining us here at RLT for our video series. please make sure you check back and find more videos. Look at some of maybe the videos you haven't seen that have been broadcast already. Follow us on social media. That would be YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and maybe 6 or 7 others. I don't know. We also have an eBlast, and you can sign up for that at our website, Reno Little Theater. That's theater with an ER.org. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining.